right, we're back with another episode of It's That Easy, and this time we're talking NCAA college basketball, the South region of the NCAA tournament. So if you're watching, please like. I'd greatly appreciate that, and if you feel so inclined, go ahead and subscribe. That'd be great too. So, ton of games coming up. This is one of the regions here. I'm going to run through these really quick because there's so many games, and there's 4 regions. There's going to be 32 games going on, so let's run through these really quick. So start off with Florida. Florida's the number 1 team in the region, except the fact that we don't know who they're going to play yet. So I have a money line because I'm pretty sure whoever they do play, there's 4 play-in games, and whoever wins one of those games will play Florida, and Florida will probably beat them, mop the floor with them. It'll probably be a high point spread depending on who it is, but either way, I think Florida wins money line. So that could change because I'll post these on TikTok as well. So if that changes or if I find out who they're playing and I feel good about the point spread, I'll change that one there. Well, let's go to the next game. Clemson, number 8 in the region, plays number 9 Iowa. Clemson scores 74 points a game. Iowa 75. To me, it's about the same. Rebounding wise, Clemson dominates there. Defending the three-pointer, Clemson does a great job. Offensively, Iowa shoots the three-pointer pretty good. Free throw wise, Iowa shoots more free throws and a better percentage there. But Clemson, they really showed out in the ACC tournament. I thought they did a good job. They actually could have won a tournament at some point. So I'm going to go ahead and pick them. So Iowa is actually favored by 2.5 points, but I'm going to pick the Clemson to cover the plus 2.5. I think they're going to do better, which if you've watched any of my shows, you know that 2.5, it probably means they're going to win. But let's see what happens there. The next game will be number 5 Vanderbilt against number 12 McNeese State. I called them the Vaqueros, but they're actually the Cowboys, but they could be the Vaqueros. Vanderbilt is actually 11.5 point favorites. Vandy scores 87 points. McNeese scores 80. Offensively, rebounding wise, they're about the same. They average the same amount of rebounds per game. Offensively, Vandy shoots the 3-point better, but McNeese defends it better. Free throw wise, Vanderbilt shoots more free throws and has a higher percentage of free throws as well. So I'm not actually saying that McNeese State's going to win. I just think that they're going to be a tough out and they'll cover that 11.5 points. So so don't be betting, like going like, oh, they're going to win the game. Rob said, no, Rob didn't say that. Rob just said they're not going to lose by 11.5 points. So remember that. Look at that. Got my notes right here. Can you see? Oh, maybe you can't see those. But I have my notes right here. Been doing my studying here. Next game, number 4 Nebraska versus number 13 Troy. Nebraska scores 77 points a game. Troy scores 80, so that's pretty good. Rebounding wise, they're about the same. Troy has a slight edge in that, but offensively, Nebraska shoots the 3 better, and defensively, they defend the 3 better. Which the 3-pointer is such a big part of the game. For all the teams, if you haven't noticed already. So I think that's pretty important. Free throw wise, Nebraska has the edge in that. And I think Nebraska, who's done a really good job throughout the season, they didn't win the Big Ten, but they played really well in the tournament. I think they can cover that 12.5 points against Troy. So we'll put those Nebraska minus 12.5. The next one, number 6, North Carolina, plays number 11, VCU. Now, I think this has been a popular pick to pick against North Carolina. I did these a couple of days ago, so I've been thinking this recently, but I keep seeing everyone. I think the money is going toward VCU, but we'll see. So North Carolina scores 80 points a game. VCU scores 82 points a game. But here's the thing. North Carolina has been struggling recently. Before the ACC tournament started and in the ACC tournament, they've also struggled. VCU's been on a winning streak, actually winning their conference to get into the tournament. Let's see, offensively and defensively, they're better at threes, either shooting the threes or defending the threes, and they have a better free throw percentage and free throws number of free throws that they shoot per game. So because of that, I'm going to pick VCU plus 2.5. And like I said earlier, if you've watched any of my previous shows, 1.5, 2.5, you know that in my eyes, that means they might win the game. So if you're looking for an underdog to win, right? Remember, McNeese? No. VCU? Maybe. So let's see here. We have Illinois, number 3 in the region, against number 14, Penn. Now, I will say this. I had Penn. Penn was the dog in the semifinal game in their conference tournament, and I picked them to cover. They actually won. Then they were the dog in the championship game. I think it was against Yale. I picked them to cover as well, and guess what? They won again. But don't worry, I'm not picking them to cover 21.5 points here, or 24.5 points. But actually now I feel like I should. Let me think about that. But as of right now, let's see. Illinois scores 84 points a game. They're a very dominant team. Penn scores 76 points a game. 76. They're on a win streak too. I just told you, like they won their conference tournament when they shouldn't have. They actually shoot the threes pretty good and they defend them really well, but it is against the Ivy League teams, so you got to take that for what that's worth. Illinois does shoot 3-pointers really well, or they shoot them at a high percentage as well. Illinois shoots more free throws and they average more free throws made per game. Man, that's a tough one now that I think about it. But I think Penn doesn't have enough firepower. I think they have one or two guys that's really pretty good there, where Illinois has a good team. I'm going to go with Illinois just stepping on the gas and winning by 24.5. But if they don't and Penn covers, you can say that I told you that I took them in the last 2 games of their tournament and they covered. So maybe they do it again. And let's see, St. Mary's and Texas A&M. St. Mary's is number 7 in the region. Texas A&M is number 10. St. Mary's is actually favored by 3.5 points. They actually play, if you watch my previous one, Santa Clara is in there as well, and Gonzaga will also be in one. That's the conference they play in, and they play pretty good. I think they were the second team in there. They did not win their conference. St. Mary's scores 78 points a game, but A&M can score. They score 88 points a game. Rebound-wise, St. Mary pulls more rebounds, but offensively, they both shoot threes pretty well, but defensively, A&M defends the perimeter pretty well, or actually better, and they shoot more foul shots, and they make more per game. So, for that reason, I got to go A&M, and I'm not an A&M fan, believe me. I'm going to go A&M plus 3.5 on this one. And then, let's see, the last game I have on here, number 2 Houston against number 15 Idaho. Houston is a 23.5 point favorite. They score 77 points a game. Idaho scores 79 points a game. But here's the thing. Houston has an elite defense. They hold teams in the 60s. And I have a feeling they're going to hold Idaho probably in the 50s. Idaho does rebound better, but you got to take it for what it's worth in their conference because that's most of their games. But Houston and Idaho both shoot the threes pretty well. If you watch Houston in the Big 12 tournament, the game they beat Kansas, they shot the ball really well there. They lost to Arizona, but they still shot okay. But they defend the perimeter, the 3-point perimeter, really well. And so for that reason, and that they shoot more foul shots and make more, I think they're going to cover the 23.5 points and take out their frustrations of losing the Big 12 title to Arizona out on Idaho. So if you're watching, please like. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you feel so inclined, go ahead and subscribe. These are the picks for your South region. I'm going to put these in TikTok, which if you go to my TikTok, it's also called It's That Easy. But yeah, check it out. See what you think. Maybe you can put a few dollars down and you never know what's going to happen. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.